Let's do it. Let's talk about how you met. And Jess, why don't you take us down this road because it's beautiful.
So Joe and I actually met on Instagram. I was working on a transplant floor. I was a transplant nurse at that time. A professor had sent me Joe's article because she knew I was interested in transplant and organ donation. And I looked at the article and said, oh, that sucks. He was a handsome man. Put my phone down and continued working. I later watched the short documentary that NYU released about Joe. And when he said, I wanted hands to work again, I said, wow, this man is impressive. You know, he doesn't care about his looks. He cares about getting back to work. And that's what I really liked about Joe. I added him on Instagram, and then he sent me a message saying that he liked my dog because I also have a Boston Terrier named Kirkland. I grew up with Boston Terriers myself, and my grandfather had them, and just like Joe's family has had them. So we really connected through the Boston Terriers, and now we have Kirkland, and we have Buster. We will always have a Boston Terrier in our house, and we kind of grew from there.
Joe, what was it like for you when you had the response to the message that you sent her?
I thought it was pretty cool that she responded back. And after that, it was just like a natural conversation, nothing awkward. She texts back quickly, so that's good because if you take a while to text back, it's well, kind of boring, you know. Let me move on to someone else, I guess, or talk to someone else. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, fast time, it's just a natural, not like your typical 21 questions, and it's it felt natural.
Yeah, and then you met.
Yeah, so at that time, I was in Cleveland. I was working at the Cleveland Clinic, and one of my best friends was in Philadelphia, and I went to visit her, and Joe was only an hour away. So I drove out there to see Joe. I met his mom. I met his dad. I met his dog. I was almost 30 years old, and I said, what am I doing driving to someone's house that still lives at home? No offense to Joe, that was his situation, but it was a little awkward. His mom was wearing an M&M shirt, like the rapper Eminem, and I thought, she's really cool. I brought Kirkland with me. Kirkland and Buster were running around playing in their backyard, and it just felt really comfortable and really nice and really welcoming. And I met Joe, and he was just as sweet as he was on the phone, and it was just an amazing time.
And Joe, when she walked through the door, what did you think?
Oh, God.
I shouldn't have said this, but I told her, you look a lot smaller in person. She took that as a compliment, I guess. At least I didn't say you look a lot bigger in person. Yeah, she looked a lot smaller in person, so I was like, oh, that's cool.
He's not being catfished, is what he's saying.
Yeah, she says who she says she was, and I was who I was. I couldn't hide that. Yeah, then it just felt natural talking. We played pool, had Italian food, and she left.
Yeah, and then tell us about the wedding.
Okay, so I really love Hawaii. If anyone's ever been there, it just kind of changed my life the first time I visited. The people, the culture. I'm a beach girl, so I'm not a fan of this New York cold. But we decided on Hawaii because we were going there anyways. And I said, Joe, we were talking about getting married at a courthouse because we didn't want a big wedding. I'm from California. His family's in Jersey. So I Googled weddings in Hawaii, and we found Weddings of Hawaii, and they helped coordinate a little ceremony on the beach in Hawaii, and we had a very traditional sort of Hawaiian wedding. Just Joe and I. We had a hula dancer, thanks to Joe's dad, who insisted we pay more to get the hula dancer, and we had someone playing the ukulele, and it was beautiful, and everyone got to enjoy the wedding from home, which made it so easy, and it was just the easiest, most fun, relaxing wedding that you could think of.
And how long have you been married?
1 year in December.
Ah.
Yeah.
It was great to get the information. It was great to see that they were sharing. I loved me and my mom. We were talking a lot about the relationship between Jess and Joe and how that's very empowering and lovely to see. I have the aspiration for my sister at some point in her lifetime, and it was great to be here.